Hello there, this is Kristin Klabunde, and I play Cater in Final Fantasy Type-0 HD, and you're listening to Final Fantasy Union.
And welcome to another special edition of the Final Fantasy Union podcast in preparation for we're not preparing for the release of Type-0. Type-0 is out.
It's out now. Hooray, yeah. Hopefully everyone's gone and bought it.
Yes. Hopefully everybody has gone out and bought it. I am Lauren, obviously. I'm going to be the host of this interview. And I am here with Dan from Square Enix.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest of Kristin Klabunde.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. It's dark on this side of the pond, but it's okay. Not light and sunny as it is over there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, we're used to it.
Yeah.
Clouds are our friends because we see them all the time.
We should put that on a bumper sticker. But just to give you some insight on Kristin's career, Kristin has been involved with numerous TV show type things. You can hear her lovely singing voice on the Backyardigans. But she's also had a very successful career on stage in roles like young Cosette in Les Miserables. And she also was Annie. Type-0 is actually her first video game voiceover role. So it's pretty freaking cool to be a part of Final Fantasy as your first video game voiceover role.
I've been told.
Yes. You have been told correct.
That's correct.
However, before we get into the questions, I'd like to remind everyone that Final Fantasy Union is part of a podcast series called Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts Union and is presented by the Gaming Union Network. It comes out on the iTunes Store, finalfantasyunion.com, and youtube.com/FFUnionVids.
We actually haven't said what voice she does in Final Fantasy Type-0 HD.
We haven't, have we? It's
just a small thing, just a little detail
I know.
I thought would be interesting.
I guess people should already know, though, because Cater is actually considered one of the best characters of the game. So it's just, But yeah, Kristin plays Cater.
Yes, I do.
Well, our first question is from Keith Moore on Final Fantasy Union, who asks, what originally got you interested into voice acting?
Well, as you may know, I started acting at a very young age, and one of my first voiceovers would be for the Charmin commercial. So I sort of enjoyed watching the commercial. I believe there was a little TV, and they showed me the commercial, and then they said, okay, here you go. So as a young kid, I just said my lines, and that was my audition. And not even about a week to 2 weeks later, they said, oh, congratulations, you got the job. You don't even have to go back. We like your audition. So
awesome.
I was like, oh, that's cool. So it felt like I never had to really work because it was something that I enjoyed doing. So that's what got me interested in voice acting.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, just you're a natural.
Oh, I was very young at that age, so I just enjoyed it.
Oh, well, I suppose that's the best way to be, right?
Yes. I was probably 5 years old at that time.
Oh, geez.
Little baby sass.
Baby sass.
Yeah.
Cool. So moving on to the next question from I always get his name wrong. Demovamon. What was your reaction when you discovered that you had been cast as Cater?
I was in the car, and I got an email asking if I was available for the role, and I was like, available? What do you mean, available? I was like, did I get the role? So I got an email back, and they're like, yes, you got the role, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's so awesome. But the problem was, I was stuck in New Jersey. That was the time when they had the hurricane and the earthquake.
Oh,
so
no.
I thought I wasn't going to be able to get back in time, but they were actually really great to me. And when I got back to California, that's when I started recording. So it was caught off guard. I was so caught off guard, but I was so excited to know that I was going to be in my first video game.
That's awesome. Other voice actors who we've interviewed have discussed their methods for getting into character. What did you do to prepare for Cater?
Well, I had to drink my coffee in the morning. And
Always a good way to start.
Yeah.
and that was definitely the best way to start. I got up. I had to beat the California traffic, and I had to go to Burbank. It took me maybe about 20 to 30 minutes to get there, even though it should have been 15. I would kind of the first time that I went, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. And then when I got there, they had a TV screen up, and they had the video game to show me what the character looked like and how she acted and, how cool she was. That's when I found out how cool she was. So when I would get into character, I would look at the screen, and then I would go, oh, I could be this girl that I always wanted to be and not be yelled at for it. Because she's a bit sassy, and I did enjoy doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
God, yeah, any chance to be sassy is always enjoyable because you can just cut loose.
Yep. I definitely cut loose.
I guess that's why you're the fan favorite. So, what was your favorite line or moment from when you were recording for the part?
My favorite moments would be the sound effects. She was in a fight, and she had to make those sound effects. And the first time I heard it, I was like, what? You want me to do that? And I was like, okay. So it got me out of my shell, and it was definitely different. And it was part of my favorite part of the whole thing, being able to have those little sound effects that she does.
A lot of the other guys said that they actually would move a lot in the booth in order to do a lot of the voiceover type stuff, behaving in battle. Did you have to do a lot of moving?
I did move just a bit, but I didn't want to run away from the microphone or make
that would be the opposite of recording.
Because there was one time when I knocked over the little tray that held the papers. Aww. And so I was like, uh-oh, I can't do that anymore.
I went a bit too
I got a little bit too much into it. Yeah.
So as you can tell, Cater has become a bit of a fan favorite. How does that make you feel?
That makes me feel so awesome. You have no idea. Knowing that people enjoy Cater I know I did my job. So
definitely.
Definitely. Thank you.
Did you see it coming? I mean, obviously when you were recording, you must have thought, hey, this character's pretty cool. So, I mean, were you expecting kind of fans to be, to gravitate towards it, or is it completely off guard?
Well, I think all the characters are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to see what they could all do, but I just knew that every one of the characters were unique in their own type of way. So it was kind of like, we'll see what happens. But
yeah, deep down you're just like, I have the best character.
Yep, deep down. Don't tell anybody though.
No.
Yeah, we're good at keeping secrets.
Yeah.
Okay.
So since we've already mentioned that Final Fantasy Type-0 HD is your first video game role, so following on from that, have you been tempted to do more voice acting in video games?
Of course. I don't know if I'm able to talk about it, but I know I know that Cater is actually in something else, and they called me back for the character. So I enjoyed having to be the character a second time, apart from this. So it was definitely fun. I had so much fun doing it, and I would love to do it again.
So you've had a very distinguished career so far. What has been the highlight?
I don't really like to brag, but the highlight that I do have posted up on my wall is I received an Emmy Award for the Backyardigans for the Nickelodeon. So it's for the Outstanding Special Class Animated Program. So back in 2007, 2008, when I was about 16, that came in the mail, and I just have it up on my wall ever since. So it's my little recognition. It's up there. It has my name. It says voiceover talent. So it just makes me feel happy.
Yeah. No, that's so cool.
Cool. Well, since following on from that major accolade, what advice would you give any aspiring actors or singers? They're maybe looking to follow in your footsteps.
Gee, if it doesn't work out the first time, it may not work out the second time or the third or the fourth, but you can never stop trying because you never know what's going to happen. So you have to keep on keeping on to get out there and become what you want to become.
I think that's really good advice for anyone. Definitely.
I've had to do it for a long time now.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to accept, okay, I didn't get a role even though you really wanted it, but something better might come along down the line, like this video game. See?
Exactly. But yeah, no, definitely in the acting business, having a thick skin is really, really important.
And it's very important.
So you're living in California now, or in the West. So what do you miss most about New Jersey? Obviously, you're from New Jersey originally.
Yes, I was born in New Jersey, so I'm a New Jersey person. I miss my family because all of my family is back there. I also miss Wawa.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a little discussion.
It's a really great place. You brought it up, and now I just want somebody to send me some cappuccino or something.
Yeah. Yeah, a Wawa slushie or a hoagie, yeah.
Something like that. But definitely I do miss, coming together with my aunts and uncles and my cousins and getting to see them. It's been a long time since I've been back there, so I should definitely look into that. Yeah. Going to visit them, because you never know, family's there for you and you got to be there for them.
They might also be listening as well, so if they're hearing they're saying, oh, you should go back to, yeah, you better should, because you said it now and it's all recorded.
Yeah, it's all recorded.
Oh man.
Documented.
Yeah. Documented. I know my cousin would do that to me. She'd be like, I heard you say it, you better come out here now.
She's gonna just hold Wawa over your head as well. She's just going to hang like little hoagies.
She does that. Oh my god, Gina does that all the time. She's like, I know you want a meatball sandwich, a hoagie right there. I'm like, Gina, really? And then she'll go and she'll take a picture of Wawa and she'll post it on Facebook. And I was like, oh my god, you're tempting me.
Oh, that's so mean. I understand your struggle.
I don't. I still don't really understand all this talk about how do you even spell Wawa?
Wawa.
So it is like that,
yeah, it's a
Wawa. Does that sound like when you're crying? Like when a baby's crying?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a good time.
It is. It just is. It just is.
It's definitely a good time. It's not babies crying though.
No.
It definitely trumps babies crying.
I have to bear that in mind. So let's go back to talking about the game, because that's actually something I do know something about. Are there any funny moments from the recording that you can remember and that you can talk about?
Funny moments? Well, it's not really funny, but I don't know if any of you have gotten to the part of where they're all sad and they're crying and it's like the end of the world and everyone's just so upset. That point got to me really bad. Like when I was in the studio, I almost started crying actually when recording, because I was like, oh my goodness, my character and all these other characters, they're just so down. I was like, this can't be it. This is not my character. I'm like, this is not what I know.
Yeah, it's a really powerful moment. I mean, we won't go into too much detail just in case there's people out there who haven't gotten to that part of the game. Yeah. But it hits you hard.
Yeah, I cried. I sobbed.
unashamedly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just me.
No.
That makes me feel better.
I honestly, I can't watch it without crying. Yeah, it's that bad.
Do you cry?
Was that good?
Oh, do you,
brother?
I suppose oh yeah, tough call.
Yeah.
But do you cry easily in?
No, I don't really. No, I mean, like there's certain games that get me, and this is definitely one of them. So now we have a bit of a lead-in from like our old sort of interviews where we were discussing a possible like Type-0 barbecue, because everybody's just like wanting to get together and hang out with all the voice actors, and actually like for some of you to actually meet each other, since a lot of voice actors don't seem to actually like meet each other in the recording studio a lot of the time, which is really a shame.
That is so true.
It's such a shame.
We don't get to meet anybody, but we hear them.
Yeah. So some of them were joking about having a Final Fantasy Type-0 HD wrap-up barbecue shindig. But we want to know, what's your favorite part about barbecues?
It has to be the food.
Yeah, why would it be anything other than the food?
It's true. It's true. Well, sometimes it's swimming.
Swimming?
If there's a pool.
Yeah. Not in United Kingdom.
No.
No. I can pass on the swimming, but it would be the food and actually meeting everybody, because I got deprived of that. I couldn't meet anyone. I was like, oh no, that's not cool. But it's normal. It's a normal thing in acting, actually. So that would probably be one of the priorities that I would enjoy doing, because of never being able to do it.
Eating and meeting people.
Yeah.
And it rhymes. Right.
That's important. That means you're onto something good.
Yep. Oh, yeah. We're going there.
Man, it sounds like being an actor is lonely work.
I know.
I would have to probably eat in private, though. I don't like eating in front of people. So
Yeah.
it would probably be two separate things for me, though.
Oh, where's Kristin? Oh, she's eating. Don't mind her.
I know, right?
She's just in the closet. It's fine. She's just eating.
I know. Why am I in the closet? Get out of the closet, man.
There's a closet at the barbecue.
I know. That would be really sad, though.
Yeah.
Not if the food was really good.
Yeah. If the food was really good, it would be really worth it, especially if it was from Wawa.
True.
We're just gonna keep coming back to that, Dan.
Now you're tempting me.
Oh no!
Come on.
Oh no! But anyways, that's about all we have time for today. Thank you so much, Kristin, for coming on the show and hanging with us. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure, and I definitely enjoy hearing that I'm a fan favorite for I didn't even know. So thank you, fans, for all of that. I do enjoy it, and I do love this interview, and loving to know, how the game got to have fans happy.
Well, be sure to keep checking back as we have a lot more Type-0 HD interviews coming out in the future. And that's it. Thank you so much again, Kristin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I had so much fun.